What's up, guys? I am doing this lovely intro in my basement once again because it is freezing cold out and blowing about 16 knots. So it's nice and sunny out, but couldn't get out today. Either way, some exciting news came for me the past 3 weeks. So it's about 3 weeks ago, but I got a new kayak. I am so happy that I got a new kayak, and I'm going to tell you a little bit reasoning why I got a new kayak, and I'm going to tell you about my new kayak, which some of you might already saw, because if you do follow our Instagram, I do have some pictures of me fishing in it last weekend on Instagram. But either way, welcome back to the channel. We're going to run through this kayak. We're going to tell you why my old kayak just wasn't doing it for me, and we're going to tell you what I have planned for this kayak. So about 3 weeks ago, me and my wife talked about it, and she said, you know what, go ahead, pull the trigger on a new kayak. We talked about what kayak I wanted and everything, but I want to jump back to the kayak that I had. So last year I ran the Jackson Coda 12. It's an older boat. I love Jackson. Jackson makes really good boats, and their holes and everything are really nice. And it was a paddle kayak, which I was fine with. I'm a strong paddler. I've been paddling since I was 12 years old, and I even did some whitewater stuff in there a little bit. But I'm a very strong paddler, so it wasn't the quickness or the maneuverability of a pedal drive that I was going after. But I'll tell you why in a little bit, why I went with a pedal drive. So 3 weeks ago, me and Sam went down, picked up this new kayak. The old kayak, Jackson, I did a video last year of me and Kev's tournament setup, kayak ready tournament setups, and or tournament ready kayak setups, I'm sorry. But anyway, I did the video of my Jackson all rigged out for a tournament. Since then, towards the middle of the year last year and the end of the year last year, I got more tackle. I got I add another rod to the arsenal and stuff like that, and things got a little heavy in the Jackson. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's like somewhere around a 300 weight limit capacity, maybe a little higher. It's a little narrower, has a little bit deeper V-hull kind of style. It's pretty flat yet. I was standing in it yet, but it got to the point where it was getting a little heavy, and I was starting to get a little worried about standing in it, especially when we got into the fall. The water got a little colder, air temperatures got a little colder. It was just getting a little, I don't know how to put this, but dangerous, I guess, to be standing in it on the Susquehanna or on a lake. I still did stand in it, but with the river stick in the back, my Black Pack Pro weighted down, and a bunch of other stuff in me, it was getting a little wobbly. I would be able to stand straight up, maybe make a cast, or grab something in the front of my boat, and that was basically it. If I set the hook on a largemouth on a lake in that boat, I would probably be in pretty bad shape. I did fall out of my boat last year on the Susquehanna River. That was during the tournament that I won, actually. I caught a really nice fish, and I went to net him, and I actually just fell right out of my boat. Thank God. I didn't know how deep it was there, but thank God it was only like maybe 4 foot deep. I just hit the bottom. I actually scooped the fish up with the net quick while I was like hanging off my boat, and then I jumped back into my boat, which was fine. It was 80 degrees out that day, no big deal. But if that would have happened to me in October when I was fishing, I would have probably had to call it quits right then and there. So that's why I wanted to get a new boat. So without further ado, this is my new boat. I ended up going with the Oldtown Sportsman PDL 120. The reason I went with this boat, and hold on, one of my rods are falling down. And there's I need a rod rack. Does anybody have good tips on a rod rack? Leave a comment below. Somebody find me a good rod rack, because I'm going to need one for down here. Anyway, So the reason I went with the Oldtown. So Tim got the Hobie. Hobie's cat's pajamas. It's the Cadillac, you know. Everybody wants the Hobie. I like the Hobie. I have nothing against the Hobie. The only thing with the Hobie is it's 56 to 57. It's like $6,000 all said and done when you buy one. That's the 14-foot 360 drive. They're expensive, guys. Really expensive. And you probably know this already, but when you buy a Hobie, you pretty much have to buy Hobie everything to accessorize it, kind of. I know Yakattack, which is a phenomenal product, and I always buy Yakattack stuff. They came out with like the new H-rail clamps and stuff like that for the Hobies, which is awesome. They're starting to come a long way, but it's expensive stuff, guys. Not just the kayak itself, but if you break something, or if you need you know, to replace an H-rail or something like that, it's expensive stuff. So I went with the Sportsman. These boats run about $2,700, a little bit more, Pennsylvania, little tax, whatever. So that's what I went with. I'm not going to do like a full rundown on this boat for you guys, because there's millions of views on, or millions of YouTube videos on the rundowns on this boat, or you could go straight to Oldtown and they'll give you the video of the rundown on the boat. But I'm going to show you how I have it rigged. And I mean, Hobie's not the only one that Hobie and Oldtown's not the only one that I looked at. I looked at Native. I looked at, what's the other one? Native. There was one other one that I was looking at. I kind of looked at the Shearwater a little bit, Vibe Shearwater. Nah, not my cup of tea. The one that I was really looking at was another Oldtown. It was an Oldtown 120 autopilot. But the reason why I didn't go with that one is, and it was more expensive, obviously, because it has the Minn Kota autopilot in it. But I didn't go with that one because a lot of the tournaments that we run are no motor. It's manual power only, pedal or paddle. That's it. MAKBF, they allow motors, which is awesome. That's the group that we usually fish with. But all your PA tournaments, your KA, EPA, Eastern PA, your Western PA, all those guys don't run motors. So it would be, if I would have gotten the autopilot and to do those tournaments, I would be right back to a paddle kayak, and a big one. So that was, I didn't want to do that. So this is what I landed with. I'm super happy with it. I had it out on the water last weekend, and I fished. I did catch a couple bass. I'll probably do that video after I'm done with this video, but I did catch a couple bass in it. Just, you know, taking it for the shakedown run, figuring everything out, you know, rudder system and stuff like that. I have a Garmin on it. I'll get to that in a minute. Figuring all that stuff out. So without further ado, I'm going to start from the back and show you what I got back here. So in the back here, and don't mind the clutter of my basement, but pay attention to the guy. All right. I got my Blackpack Pro. It's the 13x16. I used to, on my Jackson, I used to run my GoPro up off the top of the box in this mount, or in this track right here. I used to run it up here, and a lot of times the rods would get in the way and everything. So I think I'm going to run my 360 light up here this year. And I have this rail that I put on with my GoPro mount right here. Obviously I'm holding my GoPro, so it's not up there right now, but I have that there, and it's been the one time that I took it out. It's a good camera angle for you guys, and I'm excited about it. I put the foam on it, so if it does ever fall off, it floats. Here's the rudder in the back. Like I said, I'm not going to go over the ins and outs of the basic boat here. So these rod holders, I was never a fan. I had them in, the Jackson actually had the tubes that came out, and I'm a really big fan of those. But my older boat had these, and I just don't like them. Water gets in there, it gets crappy in there. So I'm probably going to go to Navarre, Nick at Navarre kayak fishing and get the replacement with, there's like a little track that goes on top here, and then I'll probably get tubes for it, yakattack rod tubes or whatever for that. My catch board goes back here. When I strap down my seat, these straps come over. It's stuck right now, but they come over and my catch board could just slide in there, and that's what I'm running with right now. I might get the catch, I might put a track right here and put the catch sleeve to put it in right there. I might do that. I love this catch board. I have my tether right here to my seat, so I'll put that tether on there. I love my catch board. If you're all wondering, this is the American flag version, the USA version. Oh, I love it so much. It's the Catch X, I think it is. So here's the seat, obviously. I won this cushion, Innovative Sportsman. I cannot remember the gentleman's name. Trey Leach, I think his name is. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but he does the MAKBF tournaments. I ran into him. I actually won this cushion from him. He sponsored the Big Bass Power, Native Big Bass Power Hour last year, and I won that. And then I bought this one, so I have 2 kayak cushions right now. Underneath the seat, I have 2 tackle tray right there. You know, whatever I'm running most of that day, I'll probably set up here. Then underneath the seat, everybody complains about these. So these kind of get in the way for under seat storage. Like if you wanted to put like a tray underneath there or something, these rod stagers get in the way. I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to throw my plastics bag underneath there, and that'd be great. That'd be good enough for me. So moving up, I did order already the Navarre rudder control. I just don't like this knob. I don't like the setup. So in the back of the rudder, I ordered the rudder bolt from him, which stiffens up the steering a little bit, and then I got the rudder knob off of him as well. I don't know about seat risers yet. I felt pretty comfortable when I went out last Sunday in just this seat, so I'm gonna hold off until I figure out that I'm going to use them or need them or something. The paddle stager right here is super sturdy. I love it. That comes with the Oldtown. Really sturdy. Love it. It's right on your side. Drive system, obviously, which is really, really smooth and quiet. I didn't think it was going to be that smooth and quiet, but it's really nice. I could get this boat up on my Garmin. The GPS speed was at a steady pace, like 3.5 miles an hour. And then when I was really trying to go, and I was going into the wind, I was like getting 4.5, almost 5 miles an hour out of it. And that was pushing it. I'm 6'1". I've been riding bicycles my whole life. I could really freaking get going on pedals, but that's about as far as I could get it. In here, I'm gonna be having headlamp, you know, glue, stuff that I need, markers, extra identifiers, stuff like that. Really nice dry box. I'll probably put my wallet, my keys in there and stuff. So on the side pocket here, I got some scent juice. I got my my fish grips, scent juice, probably put some other stuff in there. I usually have all the tools that my pliers and stuff and my snips. I usually have that on my vest, so I don't really have much tools to put in here. On this side, my net stager, I have the Yakattack Roto Zip, or I think it's called, for my net, and my net just hangs out in the front there. I did put a tether on it last Sunday when I was out. I didn't have the tether on it, and I almost kicked it off by accident, so put the tether back on it. In the front hatch up here, let's put the net down. In the front hatch up here, I keep this dry bag. Just a little dry bag, extra clothes, some tools in there, matches, stuff that if something happened, I get stuck out there, have it there. In my front hatch, this is where I get down to the nitty gritty, the good stuff. So these seal so good too. It's such a nice hatch. So in my front hatch here, I have it down by some really good 3M tape and what's it called? Velcro, that's the word. So I have a 30 amp hour. I just got this off Amazon. It had good reviews. I had like 200 and some reviews. So I went with this battery, 30 amp hour, make sure I could run my whole my whole boat, and I'm going to get to all that in a second. I do have a Dakota Lithium 10 amp hour battery right now that would probably run me for a day. I'm not 100% sure, but I just went with the 30 amp hour, so I'm good for 2 days straight, pretty much. If I plug this in, which I need 2 hands for, I'll put you down for a second. Yeah, plug that in. So that I have straight wired back to my Yak Power system. Inline fuse, make sure you definitely run an inline fuse. Yakattack or Yak Power, their whole kit comes with that. And then if I just remove the seat really quick, put it in Kev's boat. I have Kev's boat here. I'm gonna be rigging his boat pretty soon for him. He actually has to get on that, but so in here you have a little hatch underneath the seat that comes off, that locks down, a little dry storage hatch for your hole. And there's the Yak Power system. It's the 5-switch panel system. I'm not using all 5 switches right now, but I have room to grow. So I ended up putting the switch itself right underneath the seat here. I wanted it out of the way, but in hands reach, that's where I went with it. It works great. Number 1 is my Garmin system here. This is, I'll get to this in a second, but this is on a Yakattack mount. And number 2 is back here. This is for my GoPro. So I hardline my GoPro in and run it all day. Has a little voltmeter on there. It's a 2 dual USB port. And then midship, I have the Yakattack Yak Power button lights. I did red because red is a good color. It doesn't project light, and you still have your night vision with red. If you do white, you lose a lot of your night vision. So with this Garmin system, the way I ran this Garmin system, I'll turn it on quick and then I'll show you. So you have, on these boats, you have a really nice transducer scupper hole. I went with Yakattack through hull mount. That goes down to my transducer, which I'll get to in a minute. That comes right up through right here to this Yakattack through hull mount, and then my transducer plugs in. Power goes down in and goes to my Yak Power system. So the reason I went with this Garmin system, they had them on sale at West Marine. Tim and I have quite a bit of a saltwater fishing history. We did a lot of saltwater fishing in our day. We used to do land-based shark fishing down off the coast of New Jersey. And then he ended up actually buying a 25-foot center console. So we had this exact Garmin system on the 25-foot center console. That's why I went with it. We had the 9-inch. This is the 7-inch version. But I love Garmin. Very easy to use. Very good quality. And they had this unit plus the GT56 transducer on sale on West Marine, and I just went for it. That GT56, I think on the boat we had the GT54, but the GT56, the side scan and stuff, it is, a lot of people say they don't notice a big difference. I noticed a big difference. I have this all set up, my different combos and stuff. And so far, and I'm used to it already because we had it on the boat. That's why, another reason I went for it. I'm not fiddling around with settings that much because I've already done that on the boat. So we're good there. Pretty sure I'm gonna leave it here. I like it set up there. It's close. I could get to it right away. So basically, oh yeah, I have the Yakattack. I think, yeah, Yakattack cup holder here. I'm probably going to use this cup holder for my water, and this one just to put tackle in maybe. Or on Sunday when I went out, I used this one for coffee and this one for my water. So somewhere along those lines, we're going to do something like that. I got my awesome Yak Rod sticker on there. First sticker to go on the new kayak was the Yak Rod sticker. Those guys are awesome. I'm going to try to contact them actually and get the same sticker for the other side. Got a little Fish USA sticker on there, and my other Yak Rods Yak Angler Tough sticker in the back here. So yeah, that's the new boat. Super excited. All my rods are sitting here. Didn't get them rigged up for next week. Next week I'm gonna get out, so hopefully next time we see you, we're gonna be on the water. Tournament wise, I'm in 2 different online tournaments right now. MAKBF has their new online series started this month, so I'm in that tournament as of yesterday. It just started yesterday, April 1st. I'm in that tournament, and then I'm trying out the KBF monthly challenge series. So I'm representing PA. I think there's 10 or 11 people from PA doing it. Just trying it out, you know, have fun with it. If I get out fishing, you know, I get out fishing. I'm not gonna push myself to get out fishing right now with my son being so young and stuff. But if I could get out, I get out. Regular tournament series wise, Tim and Kev have the Potomac River coming up soon at the end of the month. That's a big one. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make that one because of the my son being young, and I can't do the overnight trips down to Virginia right now. So it's a shame, but I'd rather spend the time with my son and do that. All the tournaments that I'll be doing this year are probably going to be like within a day trip, you know what I mean? Like 2 hours away, so I could go there in the morning, fish the tournament, and then come back home. There might be a couple at the end of the year that I'm going to be able to do a camp out or something like that, but we'll see when we get to that. But hopefully next time I see you, we're on the water. We should be. Me and Tim will be out next weekend, like I said. Kev hopefully could get out. I'll probably do a walkthrough of his boat after I get done rigging his boat for him. And yeah, hopefully, like I said, the weather holds up. It's starting to get pretty nice out now. When I was out on Sunday, the water temperature was 42 degrees and I caught some. So they're starting to move up. Starting to get into pre-spawn here in Pennsylvania. So yeah, next time I see you, we're going to be out on the water. If you didn't do it already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a lot. I'm going to keep on making sweet videos for you. Yeah, hit that like button, and please leave a comment if you have any questions about yak rods or the river stick or anything. Just ask me the questions and I will get right back to you. All right, guys, take care. See you next time. GoPro, stop recording.